catchers, they the worst type rappers. These verses take rappers to the church like pastors. Stepping with my weapon on, repping what I'm stepping on. Check that I've been sketching on, protect what I'm investing on. Her ring was off, her dress was on. She do it till the rest is on. Then she made a mess all on the bed that I was resting on. Rub me till the dress is on, broke it till the press is on. Put me in the Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Two Dum Yinzers show. This is episode 108.
Yes.
108.
108.
What say you today, brother?
Oh, I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I'm just living the dream. It's been a long day already.
Has it really?
Oh, yeah. Work sucked. So I got that going for me. Work sucked. My blood pressure was through the roof. Just trying not to murder anyone at work. So it was a good day.
Yeah.
I had the boo-boo face going on, so they're all just.
At least it's the weekend, man. Do you work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm off Sundays and Mondays.
Okay.
Well, my kid's trying to kill me with a toasty stick.
What's that?
He's trying to kill me with a French toast stick. Go play.
You know what's really good, Mike? You know what's really good?
What?
Have you gone to the grocery store lately and seen these? You know what they are from the Chinese place, but in the grocery store, they're packaged as North Korean dumplings.
The crab rangoons?
Not the crab rangoons.
Oh.
They're similar, but they're the dumplings, almost like the dumpling textures.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dude, I bought a box the other day, not knowing if I like it, just because they're hit or miss. When I get them, when I go to the buffet, they're hit or miss. They're really good, or not good at all. So I got one of these boxes, and Mike, it really exceeded my expectations, man.
That good, huh?
Oh, yeah. I had to go back and get another box. They're literally, I mean, you could throw them in the microwave for 1:45, and they come in like a tray of 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They heat perfect. That was one of my concerns as well, is the heating.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, especially things you stick in a microwave, they don't really
heat
them you want them to. Man, not only were they good, they eat perfect. There was one complaint that I do have, though. Every time you would bite into it, now don't let this discourage you.
Okay.
Every time you would bite into one of these dumplings, the liquid inside would shoot out both sides of your mouth. Now, the first time I thought, what the fuck? Okay, this sucks. And then the second time I bit it, every single one of them. So I had to focus on eating it, like carefully. Like I had to put my mouth over the plate, kind of bite the end first. And so, I mean, that's a little bit of a chore, but like I said, don't let that discourage you. They are fantastic, man.
Just open up your mouth and throw the whole thing in. Just go all out. Just embrace.
That's what I ended up doing. Like on the first bite, I would kind of bite the end, but then after that, I thought I'm not doing this through the whole fucking thing. So I just ended up just throwing the whole thing in my mouth.
Yeah, embrace your inner fat kid and just go to town, man.
They were pretty good. I highly doubt. I don't know what you like and what you prefer, but these are. Like I said, they definitely exceeded my expectation, man.
They sound good. I'm not a big, I'll eat dumplings, but I'm not a big fan of dumplings. They're not my go-to. I seek them out, but they're good. I like them. When I have them, I'm like, why don't I eat these more? Then, I forget about them, but they just it sounds so good right now. Even though I just scarfed down, day old pizza. So,
Well, that's always good too. But it comes with this sauce. It's almost like a, I don't know what it is. I think it would be comparable to a soy sauce.
Oh, okay.
But it comes in, and you can either warm it up, or I prefer to keep mine cold, dip it in there. It's really good. I went down, like I said, I got another box after I ate that one because they were, Unoften you get something that you're like, wow, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
But they were, man, scrumptious.
I had some work bought donuts today. Well, the boss bought donuts today. Oh, Like I had 2, and I thought, all right, I'm being the fat kid here. I need to stop. One dude, he was like, yeah, I just pounded my 4th.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, man. I'll go in for a 3rd. You only live once, and they're free. And I was angry, and I was mad. Maybe that all that sugar made me didn't help my blood pressure either, but it made me feel better.
The last time I was down the store getting coffee here by the studio, this lady was talking about these donuts they had.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not made locally or anything. They're they're packaged. Yeah. And you may have seen these, and I think they're called like Boost or something along that line. And if you eat one of these donuts, apparently it's the equivalent of having a cup of coffee. That's their thing, is these donuts that have all this caffeine in it. It kind of gives you the experience of the coffee and the donut together.
Yeah.
Which I think for the most part, people like to sip coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to outdo coffee. You know what I mean? But it's a good idea,
Yeah. I just prefer giving me the donut that I like, and then I'll have some milk with it, and then have coffee later, or have my coffee first, then go out and get the donut.
You're right.
Because I can't eat a coffee and a donut together, because I put cream in mine. That's just like too much sugar at once.
Yeah.
I got to spread it out.
And I can see how this could go, one of two ways. I mean, it could be one of these things that, you have that morning demographic of people, the men from 18 to 60 who go in every morning and get their coffee and get their donut or whatever, and maybe, just maybe, because, once you fall into that demographic and you're a worker, these kind of things don't really, you don't really overthink about things like this. It's like, oh yeah, coffee, donut, blah, blah, blah. But if you get this, maybe that demographic might bite into and just say, wow, this is really convenient. Or people are going to say, just like what you said, you like your coffee the way you like it. You like the donuts that you like. Yeah. Why would I buy this when I could just get what I really enjoy?
Yeah.
So I think that could go either way.
Yeah, I guarantee there's a niche for it. There's an audience out there for it that'll go to it. And shit, man, once they capitalize on it, good for them. Hell yeah.
I just think it falls in that category that the working class man that just don't give a shit anymore. They're like, oh, what's this? While they're on their way to work, getting their usual morning coffee. Oh, look at this. This is a donut in a coffee. Like that group of people I could see being the group that really
I would see them as like they're set in their ways and not going to go out of their way.
That's true too.
Because that's kind of how I am. I have my like that morning routine, because that's that one thing that you actually have control over. Before you get to work, is that like I'm rushing to work because God forbid I'm going to go off on a tangent, but not. So anyway, that's like what you control is that point right there. So you're just going to like, hey, this is what I like to get, brah. And I'm just going to keep getting that. That's my comfort, brah. And that's where I'm going to stay.
Absolutely.
Brah.
$1 million scratch off ticket sold this morning in Westmoreland County. I had an idea.
Keep coming like this way down to Beaver County.
I got an idea, Mike. We're going to do something.
We're going to play the lottery.
We are. This weekend, at some point, play the lottery in some capacity. Whether you want to play the Powerball, whether you want to get a $1 scratcher, whatever you want to do, we'll both play one time. Don't spend too much money. Just, and then when we come back on Monday, we'll talk about the results.
You know what? I think I will.
We'll both do it. Both of us play at least one time. Like I said, to any capacity, no matter what it is you play, whatever you select, and then on Monday's show, we'll talk about our winnings or lack thereof.
Oh yeah, it would be lack thereof, our luck. Like, speaking of the lottery, do you remember the ones that they used to have where it was like you can win $1,000 a week for life?
Yes.
I miss those because they're addictive, because you would always come so close. You would always have one ticket that would you buy like 5 tickets. You'd have probably like 2 or 3 that would be one away, and you just want to go buy more. I was always one away. I bought like 100 times. It was just like one away 100 times. I want that back. I want to win. I don't want to work.
I remember when they had the $5,000 a week for life. You remember that?
Oh yeah, because that came out like after it.
Here we go, money talk.
I just always used to think to myself, how badass. I mean, because you figure $5,000 a week, $20,000 a month. What's that? $240,000 a year.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life, I could do that.
Yeah, me too.
No problem at all.
No, none whatsoever.
So that will, Mike, we'll do that over the weekend. Like I said, I'll shoot you a text midway through the weekend to make sure we're on the same page. But that'll certainly be a bit on Monday. We'll talk about that.
Hell yeah.
It'd
be great if
we'll talk about how we're going to spend all of our money.
I was about to say, yeah.
How much of a waste of time it was.
Yeah. I'm buying one of the $20 ones that has like $20 million ones.
You know what? Maybe I will too. I'll cringe the whole time that I'm buying
me
it.
too. You know me too. Me too. Like you can't take it with you when you die. Might as well spend it now.
You know what I was thinking? People always say that. What if when you die, there's a system set up to where the money that you had when you were still here, it actually pops up into your death account, and this is money that you have, to kind of get started in the next next stage. So, I mean, if you're like a billionaire, you're set, like,
But the thing is, though, like the billionaires, though, they will that shit away. So technically, it's not theirs once they die. So us poor people that have nothing to give away, our $5 that we die with, man, we're king shit.
Yeah. I just read that Bill Gates is trying to drop out of the richest people in the world category, and he's going to start giving away money out of billions of dollars to people. And I thought, man,
he raised the I think, or if I read correctly too, because I saw that story as well, like read some other stuff where he raised his what he donates from his the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, went from like 8 billion to 9 billion. They bumped up. That's what they're gonna put in. That just shows you, like, once you're that wealthy, you can't give your money away fast enough because you keep getting more back.
You're right.
And this guy already funds a bunch of stuff through like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and just other projects he does on the side too. And he's still up there in the top 5 richest people in the world giving away money like that. He can't do it fast enough.
All of us will help.
Yeah, 2 Dum Yinzers you give us $1 billion, we'll use it for good.
Gladly.
Pirates
dropped 2 games in a row. They lose to the Marlins in 11 innings yesterday. They split the series with the Marlins 2-2. They fall to 12 games behind in the division. They start a 3-game series against Colorado tonight in Colorado. Game time 8:40.
That's gonna be interesting to watch this team out in Colorado. The way they've been, a couple of the power hitters that they have.
Yeah, they should be pounding the ball over that place.
They should.
They got these 3. They got the Marlins back home for 3. Then they got like the Cubs for 2.
Yeah.
Philadelphia for 3, and then you got the Brewers for 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, if they continue to win, semi-regularly, they'll they shouldn't be as embarrassing as usual.
Yeah.
That's a long shot.
Yeah, they're not going to catch Milwaukee. Maybe they might catch St. Louis, but because they're only 9 from them. Yeah, so they have a chance. I don't know. I don't think they'll catch them, but hey,
every time
third place, baby,
a glimmer of hope, they end up like losing 2, 3, 5, 9 games in a row.
Yeah, hey, third place. As long as like I said yesterday, if they don't lose 100 games, that team and the fan base will see it as a successful season. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I think me, you, and the soundboard all agree on that one. PNC Park to get a bigger scoreboard.
Have
you ever been to PNC Park?
Yeah.
These scoreboards are so fucking big anymore. I can't even imagine why. Have you ever seen City Park up in New York where the Mets play? It's like the scoreboard is like the size of one of these buildings in New York.
It's insane.
A little much, don't you think?
Yeah. Did you see how the money's being raised to pay for this new scoreboard?
Kind of. Go ahead and talk about it.
In November, Pirate tickets are all going to increase by $1, and this is on top of the 5% surcharge you have to pay when you buy your tickets. That's all going to pay for the new scoreboard.
There you go.
And Aren't the residents of Allegheny County, they pay a tax? A percentage of all their stuff goes to help fund PNC Park and Heinz Field.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So Bob Nutting, man, he has the best gig in town.
What an idiot, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's brilliant to get free money. Like,
I can tell you a lot of people that won't be good. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Here's the thing: you went because it was cheap. You went because you could throw them $8 and get in on a ticket. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to go spend time watching this team.
Yeah, they don't.
You know,
the attendance reflects it. They the best. You know, one of the best ballparks in baseball, and just sports in America in general, and you can't fill it up because your team sucks.
Yeah.
Like, people don't even want to go just to sit in the nice ballpark anymore. They're just fed up.
I know. I used to love to go, and it was, you know, even prior to them being real good 10 years ago, you know, you would take one day at least out of the season where you would take the kids or a girlfriend or friends and go to the stadium and enjoy yourself. I have no desire to go there and spend any money. I won't go there and enjoy myself. The closest I came in the past 10 years to going to a Pirate game was considering going to a Yankee game, which I didn't go to. So they're not going to get any of my money. And the thing is, you might say, okay, you're one person, but you know what? There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
Like we do. You know, it's going to take that. It's going to take a stand, man. You know.
Yeah, and I always laugh when people say we're going to stage a walkout. They don't care if you're going to stage a walkout. They already got your money.
Do the walkout prior to the game. You know.
Yeah, how about just don't buy the ticket?
Everybody go outside that stadium door where you all pile in right before you. Fill up that street, fill up the sidewalk, and then when they open the doors, everybody turn around and go home.
Yeah.
That would be my idea of something that would be productive in that sense.
Yeah. Just show up, don't buy a ticket, gather there.
That way they can watch all their money walk away.
Yeah, just all stand outside like the ticket booth and just turn around and walk away.
Yeah. I think that's the extent you have to go. I think you got to
do that. Yeah, but there's still just enough. They don't even need the money from tickets, I think, because, you know, revenue sharing and all that shit. I think they make enough money to be profitable just from that.
Which is a fucking shame, because they're making, you know, they're happy off of other teams being successful and other teams drawing a crowd because they're successful, and then the money gets shared. Yeah. So what a group of pirates. You know what I mean? This guy's he's a pirate.
He gives pirates a bad name.
Yeah,
he does. I'm sorry, my pirate buddies out in Somalia do not recognize Bob Nutting as one of their own. They have standards.
I love them Somalian pirates.
They'll steal your boat, they'll murder your crew, but my God, they will not, you know, fleece your city for a baseball team.
Yes.
Yeah, they look at him, go, no, that's too much, man.
For real? Damn, it must be true.
It is, Snoop. It is.
That's a lot coming from the Somalian pirates, you know?
Yeah, you know.
You think that they would like anything they could get their hands on? Not these guys.
No, man, they got standards. You know, they have an ethos.
They don't want to be anywhere near that nutting.
Fuck no.
Steeler fans start a petition to rename Acrisure Stadium. You have 700 names on a petition. This is a complete failure. Don't get involved, people, if this even crosses your mind. For different layers of reason. For one, only 700 people so far signed. This thing, you know. For two, it's not going to happen. You have a billion-dollar corporation out there, if not lots of millions, that has money invested. It's a business. There's legalities. Just stop.
Yep.
Just stop.
I guarantee you, these 700 people were the ones saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. They're only getting paid that much from Heinz over that many years for naming rights."
Yeah.
Now we can't change the name. It's a Pittsburgh institution. It's a fucking company name on top of another company's stadium. Just
you know, the only time that you really notice is when you're walking in the one gate and there's the big Heinz symbol on the front of the building. if it wasn't for walking by and glancing up at that for 2 seconds while you're walking in to watch the Steelers play, it wouldn't even fucking matter. There's really zero.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this happens all the time. You see teams around the league that, you know, I think Miami changed their stadium a couple of times. San Francisco, a couple places.
Yeah.
This is modern day sports. You know, there's no argument. There's nothing that you could do against it. It is what it is, and nothing is going to change it, even if you sign, you know.
Yeah. I saw one reporter say, like, he understands why fans are upset because, you know, the Steelers sold out and it's just a money grab. I'm like, yes, that's what you're supposed to do with stadium naming rights.
Yeah.
Like, it's
like I seen somebody on a thread right yesterday. Let's just, you know, forget all this happened and let's just name it Rooney Stadium.
No.
Again, you're missing the point. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You are a like whore on social media, no two ways about it. You don't understand the what's going on.
Yeah.
And you're gonna sit there and talk. You just want likes. You just want this. You want, you know.
Thank people. That brings me to another point. You know, what did like the vast majority of the media in Pittsburgh become cheerleaders for the team to where you can't criticize them because it's like they're pandering to the Twitter audience, because on Twitter you can't, if you're not a fan, if you criticize the team. And now that's like a lot of the media in Pittsburgh is, you know, they can't do no wrong. And then when people actually do criticize the team fairly or players fairly, everyone says, well, why are you hating them? Why are you hating? Yeah. They're not being hateful. They're pointing out flaws in the team, flaws in the player. That's what you're supposed to do as sports fans, or as, like, you know, journalists as well. You know, that's what you do. You root for the team, but you can point out where they're bad, where they need to be better.
And you recall we drew the line between the Steelers and the Yankees earlier this week. Just, you know, their popularity in their city, their success. And, you know, look at the New York media. You don't have to be a
homer.
What's the word? Like with these people, these radio people, fans, they're real soft. You always got to constantly be blowing smoke up this team's ass if you want to be considered a Steeler fan.
Yeah.
I kind of like the New York approach. Again, it's just me a little bit more personally. I like the media giving the team a hard time. I like the you know, the fans saying, these guys are bums. When they're bums, say they're bums. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to sit there and you know, keep kissing ass if this team sucks for 35 years. You should be able to say this team sucks.
Yeah. And like, you know, like I've criticized, like, Ben's my favorite Steeler of all time, him and Rod Woodson, and I would criticize both of them when they made mistakes. Lemieux, Crosby, Yager, they're some of my favorite Penguins. When they would mess up, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you being so stupid? You're better than that. I will, you know, I think Pittsburgh fans are I just don't get it. You can love your team and still criticize them. You can love a player and still criticize them.
Absolutely. I think it's weird that these people don't.
Yeah.
You can't say that this team stinks when they stink. That's something that's a you thing.
Yeah. And that's like this whole thing with Gino, was he going to resign or not? People would point out flaws in his games, like, oh, you're hating him. He's so disrespected in this town. Like, no.
Yeah.
No, we're pointing out the fact that, you know, when he's in the offensive zone, you got a 50-50 shot of him committing a penalty.
Yeah.
Or scoring a goal. It's just.
And then you could always tell what kind of day it's going to be, because when he's coming through neutral ice, if he has hang mouth, that's a slow day for him. That means he's not going to have much going on. I think what happens is his hang mouth catches a lot of air, like a
sail. Drag. Yeah.
And I think that's what happens, but you could always tell when he's just going to have one of them lame, lazy days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like someone like Crosby or Letang, they're never going to have lazy days. They might have bad games, but they're not going to short you on effort.
Right. I've never seen Crosby short on effort. Never.
Even like down 9-0, that dude would still play a whole 100-foot game.
Guy plays his ass off, man.
He does. He's a freak. I'm sorry, he is a freak. He's on the whole He's like, like the Brady's and Lemieux and Gretzky, like they're that out. Yeah, they're the outliers. They're just that much different, so much wired differently than everyone else.
Absolutely.
Like,
That's like I was actually thinking about that the other day. We were talking about the Cam Hayward, Aaron Donald comparison.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the point that the conclusion I came up with was they're just wired different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought to myself, what could make Cam Hayward be that defensive player of the year guy?
Yeah.
And the reason that Aaron Donald is and Cam isn't, they're just wired differently.
Yeah.
They're wired. There's no reason that Cam Hayward couldn't be this person. Mm-hmm. It's got to be up here. It's got to be. Aaron Donald plays defensive line like nobody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And for Hayward to put himself in a category with him, I think is crazy.
Yeah. Like he just had his first episode on his podcast, and one of the things they talked about was him, being mad that he wasn't named in the one guy's top 10 list or top 5 list of defensive linemen. Like, come on, dude, get off of it. Like, I'm sorry, like anyone who would like criticize like people like Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, they just kind of chuckle at that and be like, oh, all right.
Right.
And then next game, next season, they just go out and show why they were the best of their time. Same thing, like, Lemieux would just kind of like, all right, go out, do his thing. Crosby just, oh, yeah, go out and do his thing. Ben, make a little snide comment and go out and do his thing. It's Aaron Donald, just, he's in that category of those great athletes of wired different, not going to, just going to go out, do my thing. And if anyone wants to criticize me, I'm going to use that to fan the flames and propel myself to greatness. Internalize it, and unlike Cam, just whine and cry about it.
You're right.
So
that's where he's been, huh?
Yeah, he's so frustrating because he's someone like you want to root for all the time, but he just does. I don't know. He went to Ohio State. It's like, his dad went to Pitt, so nah. But I loved Ironhead Hayward though.
He was a beast, man.
He was a beast.
I used to use him on Madden all the time back in the
Me
90s.
too.
Saints, big number 34.
And he was a big guy too, and his name was Ironhead. You had to love him.
Oh, he was a monster. It was like Cam Hayward running the football,
Yeah.
One other thing I seen, PIAA. Now, PIAA, what that is for anybody who's listening that don't know, it is our scholastic sport. I don't know, what would that be, Mike?
Governing body and governing body and
so
like division.
It's the governing body of our high school sports. I read this morning. I didn't really read too far into it. I was kind of running short on time, but it's PIAA considering policy to allow athletes to receive endorsements.
Wow.
Yeah. That's kind of
I'm okay with it. Me too, but I'm okay with it.
I am too.
As long as the money goes to these kids, because like look at the area we live in, dude. Like some of these towns in this area, poor impoverished towns. So if these kids can start earning money now, hell yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
Here's the thing.
Why not? They're generating money for the school system.
And you know what? These kids in high school are 16 to 18 years old. When you're 16, you go work at Wendy's, you make that money. It isn't like, you're forbidden to make money when you're not an adult,
Yeah.
And if you're doing something that people are willing to pay, what's the problem?
Yeah, and it's not like these kids have a lot of free time to go get another job.
Right.
Because they got school. After school, they got football practice. Try and get in their homework, food, game time, hanging out with their friends, girlfriends, significant others, whatever. They don't have time to work. So if they're out there and they're a good player, hell yeah.
I like
it. I just hope it doesn't turn into a situation where it's just going to be like the wealthier school districts that are going to get the sponsorships. And, Hopefully, some place that
like be the case,
it's because there's a lot of damn good athletes. Just like fuck me, look at Aliquippa.
Yeah,
I just don't. It just seems like it just seems like the PIAA is always going after them, and the Whipple going after them to change their classification, make it harder on them. I just don't want this right here just to be another thing to where the virtual school districts are going to have the advantage over them, and that's going to cause kids to transfer.
I was just talking to an Aliquippa grad a couple of days ago, and we had the same conversation. I mean, like, seriously, that school continues to pump these kids out. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, MJ Devonshire now on the collegiate level at Pitt doing good thing. And then you got this kid, this running back for Aliquippa. He was in his sophomore season, freshman season last year, and you already had these big top college teams already.
I heard they were talking about him at work today. I think he already has like 10 offers.
Really?
And they're like Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Pitt, WVU. So these aren't small schools.
No.
These are some of the cream of the crop.
Yes.
Marquee universities. So that school system, man, it like the state in the area just always seems to go after them more than anyone else because they're so successful.
And they keep
25
kids on the team.
That's what it feels like.
And you bump them up to 4A, 5A, they still manage to win the state championship.
And it's great. They'll probably make a new classification like a Super League. It was the top of the top.
I wish they would.
And then watch little old Quip go in there and just smoke them all.
I wish they would. I would like to see an elite league here in Western Pennsylvania that you're seeing these teams that you could, because we constantly have people going to these Division I schools, going to the pros, being successful, being Hall of Famers. I would like to see a league where you have all the elite teams so you could kind of follow these players, the ones that are going to go far. I would love something like that around here.
It'd be cool. It's too bad that state's like so big and spread out, because you can have that and that would just be like its own league, to where, because they go and they're going to, you have like the same handful of teams in every single class that's going to be in the playoffs every year. So might as well just put them on together, see what happens.
Even if you create a league, it's like the 10 elite teams in the league, have them play some kind of, I don't want to even say an abbreviated schedule, because you can always play teams outside of the league just to get games in, like as exhibition games. But as long as you play those teams in your league, get those games in, and then the playoffs come around, it doesn't have to be this huge thing. Say you take the 6 best teams from the eastern side of the state and the 6 best teams from the western side of the state, and ultimately have them come together to play a championship of the best players in the state. I think something like that would be amazing.
I think people in
the state would love it. I think if you put it on TV somewhere, or online, people will watch it. I think that there's definitely a market here for it, and people they love their high school football in this state, man.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But I think that'd be cool, though. I think it would be cool. I like logistically and all that. It probably would never work out, but it would be cool to see.
Yeah, I have a list. This list I have is ESPN's top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Okay, I'm gonna read the list, and I want you to tell me what's missing. Okay.
Oh, I think I already know.
Do you really?
Yeah.
ESPN's top 10 NFL quarterback. Number 10, Dak Prescott. Number 9, DeAndre Watson. Not DeAndre. What's his name? What? Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun. You had me thinking of DeAndre Hopkins for a second. That's a completely different sport, man.
Okay, so Deshaun Watson, number 9. Russell Wilson, number 8. Herbert, 7. Stafford, 6. Joe Burrows, 5. Tom Brady, 4. Allen, 3. Mahomes, 2. Rodgers, 1. What's missing?
We're missing our buddy Lamar Jackson.
We are missing Lamar Jackson.
League MVP Lamar Jackson.
Now, even if this guy isn't living up to the expectations of the people at ESPN, which is crazy because he is successful. Okay, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but in his first so many years, he's won the league MVP. He has these guys win, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
he is not in this list of quarterbacks is crazy to me. Deshaun Watson, this guy hasn't played football in 3 seasons. You never know if he's going to play again. How he makes your list of top 10 quarterbacks, especially over Jackson, blows my mind. Dak Prescott, overrated. Wilson was good. Herbert and I mean, you know what? What can you really say about Stafford? That guy, he's a winner. He was just kind of hidden behind the
hidden behind the Detroit Lions.
Curtains of suck up in Detroit. So you know what? I have no problem with Stafford. I like him. I think Herbert is one of the quarterbacks of the future. Burrow, Brady's the best. Allen's one of the best coming forward. Mahomes, Rodgers, and Hall of Famer. So anything from that 7 down, Wilson, Watson, Prescott, Lamar, Jackson is not better than any of those 3.
I would take Lamar over those bottom 3.
Absolutely.
And then after that, it's like slotting him in. I would say anywhere from 5, 6, 7. If you put Lamar at 8, there you can more or less slot him in any order of what you want.
Yeah,
because Stafford just won the Super Bowl, okay, but that was like a super team put together. But he put up good stats with the Lions. Herbert, he great regular season success related to anything in the postseason. Same with Lamar. Burrow's got Bengals his second year into the Super Bowl. So anywhere in there, Lamar from 5, 6, 7, 8 in that spot is where I would put him.
I think anywhere from 6 to 10, he would be fine. I think top 5 is pretty top notch. Like I said, Rodgers, he's still playing at a high level. Of course, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Allen and Mahomes, they are the 2 quarterbacks of the future, along with Burrow. These 3 guys, there's no doubt, they're constantly win. They constantly have their names mentioned. They're winning Super Bowls. They're in Super Bowls. They're putting up numbers. They're amazing to watch. Tom Brady, best ever. I don't think you can touch the top 5. Anything beyond that, Stafford, Herbert, which I think do belong there, all the way down through Wilson, Watson, and Prescott. You could stick him in anywhere there and be fine. I just, I really, I think that, for ESPN, to believe that he's not one of the top 10 is fucking crazy, man.
And like Deshaun Watson, wasn't like last month or something. We looked at the stats between him and Trubisky, and they're about the same.
Yeah.
They're not, he's not that much better than Mitch Trubisky, and Trubisky's, he's in that, 20 range, 20, 25.
Disappointments when he finally does come back and play. People in Cleveland are going to expect, Super Bowls and big things and parades. You know what? I don't see it happening.
He has the talent, but was it the team that was built around him? Because, they're the coach that they had down there, coach / GM. He really didn't know what he was doing. So is that the factor? Because he's had some pretty good seasons, but he just hasn't put it all together. He has the talent. He has the talent. He has the smarts to be a top 10, but he hasn't really shown that he's a top 10.
I'm going to have to go back and watch tape because you know what? It's been so long since I've seen this guy play. I mean, I could visualize in my mind, but I don't ever remember him being a top-notch quarterback, even when he was having good seasons. To say he's top-notch with this group that I just mentioned, and Lamar Jackson isn't, that's what blows me away because, like I said, this guy hasn't touched a football in how many seasons? And like I said, I don't recall him doing great things. Yes, he was a good quarterback, but to do great things and be put on this list.
Yeah. Like he was a quarterback. Like when you played him, like you had to prepare for him. Like a couple times we played him, like he can, break the pocket. He can make every throw in the book. Him and DeAndre Hopkins were a great duo, but above Lamar, no. Lamar's no. I can say I would put him above Russell Wilson right now.
Absolutely,
because he's not regressing. He just really hasn't. He made it back-to-back Super Bowls. He just really hasn't punched through that ceiling like everyone thought he was gonna.
I can't wait to see him in a new environment.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see him playing for Denver this year. I would like to see him have a little resurgence in his career because I like the guy. I have nothing against him. And I thought when he was winning, he was, doing a lot of great things.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Russell Wilson. I would like to actually see him get back to that level.
And like in the more damn good quarterback play is better for the league, better for the fans. I love watching good quarterbacks play, even if I don't like them. Like I'll you tell me Tom Brady's playing, I can turn on the TV and watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on and watch it because he's surgical. And like same thing, like that entire top five. If I can sit down and watch them play, I will, because they're just that fun and exciting. So that more quarterbacks, the better. So yeah, we need a resurgence from Russ. To me, Dak Prescott's always been overrated. He has the Tony Romo, kind of like Romo was. You play for the Cowboys, you're automatically going to be overvalued by the media.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not the players' fault.
No,
but I just think Dak's a little overrated.
A little.
Yeah.
One more sports story. We are 2/3 of the way through the show, and we're still in sports.
Hey, it's flying by.
The Bengals announced their new alternative helmet. I haven't seen it. I guess a lot of people were expecting on social media to see this helmet. They developed an alternative helmet for this. So I don't know if anybody's seen it, but keep your eye open. They do have a new alternative helmet they're going to be using.
How can you announce it and not?
I don't know what these teams in Ohio do, Mike. I just don't. I thought I understood football until I start watching Ohio teams and do what they do. I apparently I don't understand anything.
Oh, they're going to be white helmets.
That's what. Yeah, I heard they're going to be white.
But it's just like coming soon. # white Bengal. Okay. White Bengal. So the black Bengals can't get on there? A bit racist there. That was my first thought. It's like, why do you have to put like white Bengal?
Yeah.
Just put like hashtag.
That's gonna be a problem to somebody somewhere.
And like I kind of like I'm like, it's Ohio. We do have a reputation, so that's why I had to do a double check on that one.
We spoke, Mike. We spoke briefly about Aliquippa this morning.
Yeah.
Did you catch this headline from today?
I haven't had a chance to read the news today. I'm a
State police investigating after several bullets were fired at and into Aliquippa's police department.
Oh, America.
Yes. Just something interesting. I thought to myself, things are starting to decline when they're people are starting to shoot at the police station itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a different, if you're out there, the cops, you and the cop have something going on between the two of you. You both start shooting at each other. Just driving up to the building.
Yeah.
Were they executing a no knock warrant? Turnabout's fair play, baby. Turnabout's fair play.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust. I don't like anybody anymore.
This is why. Once again, man. This is why we stay at home.
Yes.
Another one.
I got a lot here, Mike. Bear with me. Woman charged twice at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and when she asked why, they told her it was because she ate too much. This lady ate so much at an all-you-can-eat buffet, they felt the need to have to charge her twice. That is fucked up, because once it says all you eat and there's a price tag attached to it, you can't do that.
Well, and the only thing I can think of, they'll have like their lunch. They'll say like, "Oh, lunch hours, dinner hours." And was she there so long during lunch that it carried over to dinner? Then I'd be like, yeah, because you get different food for the dinner. You should have to go back and play that rate. But yeah, you could like the right way to handle that been like, hey, we know it's like all you can eat, but that's within reason.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna offer you to charge it again, or we're gonna give you one more and go.
Because here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there, and unfortunately, not everybody is very intelligent, smart people.
Like us,
like us. So when you have a business and you invite people into your business to eat all you can eat for a price, the common thought is, I'm going to go, I'm going to pay this price, and I'm going to eat as much as I want. There, any stipulations, they need to be posted. They need to be put, because like I said, the average person may not think of these kind of things. They're like, oh, all you can eat buffet, take the kids, everybody go. We're going to give them this amount of money, and then we're going to go home. You can't change that price, no matter what the situation. Even like you said, if you're sitting down, you're eating during lunch, and it goes over into the dinner. If there's nothing posted that tells you that this is going to be the situation, I don't think that they should be able to do that to you.
Like for this, she probably had to eat
what that sign says.
Yeah,
that's why I came here and I.
But like she probably ate so goddamn much for them to like do this, because like it had to have gotten to a point to them with it's like you're eating like 85 plates of food or some shit. It's just.
Who was this bitch?
Right? I don't know how much she was eating. I didn't even read the story because God forbid I read anything. But like if it's only her side in there, of course she's gonna downplay it until you hear their side, and you can start to kind of like merge the two stories to find who's exaggerating when and where, and see what's going on. Like, was she there? Has to you have to eat a lot. I can put away food at the buffet, and I've never been charged twice. They may have turned off the or turned the air conditioning on in the middle of winter because we sat there for 3 hours. We were, we got done eating. We were sitting there BSing, and we sat there forever. There's no one there, but they were like, no, we got to get these people out of here. So there had to have been something going. She had to have eaten.
And think of this. Think of how many times you've been to a buffet. Think of, if you take a girlfriend, a wife, a kid, and you go with the intentions of eating all this food because it's all you can eat, and the girlfriend gets like a little a chicken nugget or something, a wing, and you're like, aren't you going to eat more? It's a buffet, so you basically overpay sometimes. I think most times, to be honest, whenever I take the kids, or you go with a female, they don't eat a lot. They eat, the kids will get a piece of pizza, a couple of chicken nuggets, and some fucking olives for some reason. And then the girlfriend, she might have it's always minimal. So, maybe you should give us a little bit of money back since we didn't, really indulge in the all you can eat. You know what I mean? So,
well, that's all that's all they were able to eat. See, I dated a girl. She was tiny, but she's probably like $1.30. She would pound a buffet like no one's business. She would out eat me. I'm like, where are you putting all that food?
I just think that you have to abide by the sign. You have to, if you want to listen, say to her, hey, ma'am, when she's walking out the door, you ate a lot of food. If you come back and that be the case next time, there's going to be something put into place. I just think you can't change that on somebody who came in on one condition.
I think there has to be a reasonable expectations of what all you can eat can mean. So I think she overdid it.
Like I said, the girlfriend and the kids, they eat a piece
I
of
know.
pizza, and that's it.
But still,
I spent $8 for you to eat a piece of pizza. It's evening out somewhere.
I don't know. I just normally I always side against the business, but I'm with the business on this one.
You always side against whatever I'm against. I've noticed that.
I don't do it like naturally or like intentionally. It just happens that way.
I like it.
Me too.
Another one.
Celebrity kick guests off of Disneyland ride.
Ooh.
Infuriates fans. It was Kardashian people.
Oh, those fuck nuggets.
I don't know which, who, where, when, why, but they was at Disney World. They asked for a separate line to be open so they wouldn't have to deal with the peons. They get right up to the front. They get on the ride. Nobody else is on the roller coaster but them.
Yeah.
They do their thing. They leave. People, paying customers are infuriated.
Yeah, F them.
Yeah.
F them. Like they have. I always thought like Disney had like that fast pass type thing to where you can get to the front of lines and stuff like, or you go into the faster line. And if you don't want anyone around when you're doing stuff like that and you're a celebrity, you contact the place before anything. Hey, is there a way we can get in a little bit early to get some of the stuff we want out of the way? Because we're gonna be stopped all the time. Can we, is something will work out? We'll pay more for a private thing. So just work something out beforehand, not when you get there and start trying to bully people like that. Nah, F that.
Yeah,
because I'm kind of like for it, like understand like when celebrities, if they go out, they don't want to be bothered, but if they want to do something private with the company, get a hold of them well in advance to say, hey, is there something we can work out? And that, to me, that's totally understandable, because when you're that famous, you're not gonna be able to go anywhere and really do what you want to do. So get it out of the way early.
That's a part of the price.
That's the price
for being famous.
Yeah, but also having the perk to contact the place beforehand to get stuff like before hours or an after hours type thing.
Yeah,
and then when you go during the day, you mingle with people, because that's going to happen. And you just embrace it and know, hey, I got to do stuff early, or hey, after all this, I can do it later. So it's no biggie. It's like a win-win for everyone.
That needs to be taken. I think they need to get a hold of the people prior to, because if anybody else had a situation like this, you would have to contact the company, get something set. These people, they like it when you just, give them all your money. They like it whenever you come and you admire them. However, they don't like you enough to talk to you. Fuck that. I think there should be a process put in place that, like I said, prior to, you got to talk to the company, get something set up. Pushing these people aside to let famous people go is bullshit.
And there's another thing too, like if you see them out eating dinner, don't fucking bother those people too, because they're eating food. Talk to them afterwards, and don't ambush them in the restroom. That's creepy. You ambush them when they're in the stall, not at the urinal.
Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy. Now, I just seen this yesterday, Mike. He was one of the people on 9/11, on the morning of 9/11, that was supposed to be on one of those two flights that hit the Twin Towers. He slept in. He was one of these people. Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on one of those flights, slept in that day, didn't make the flight, rushed to get down there, running through the airport like a nut. They wouldn't let him on. The plane ends up getting hijacked, flew into the building. That happens. We have no Family Guy.
That's a 50-50. No, I'm joking.
Well, it's not the same.
The way, the way Family Guy, had kind of devolved over the years. Man, really, did we win on that one? Did we as a society win on that one?
I love that show. The other day I was visiting a friend up here where I live, and I went in, and that's what they had on. And I haven't watched it, quite a few years. Man, it's if I would have watched it 20 years ago, or I would have watched it today, the episode that I watched was funny. That the bottom line is, it's funny. They have their own style. It may be offensive to some people, it may not be offensive to other people, but you know what? I laughed. I thought to myself, you know what? I haven't seen the show in 3 years. I walked in the door and I just automatically started laughing. The jokes. I think it's good, man. It's creative.
There's like a certain point in like the seasons where, for me, it stopped being funny.
Really?
Yeah, it just, like the first 2-3 seasons, I can sit there and enjoy. After that, it's just
a lot of the same.
It is too, in the way like South Park had an episode where they made fun of them hard, and it's like, yeah, you hit the nail on the head for their type of humor. You will fight this. It's this. Right. So
I like their humor. I like that.
Like I said, like the first 3 seasons, man, I can sit there. I dig that.
Yes.
After that, it starts to wane on me. It's kind of like, The Simpsons. They hit a wall. For me, South Park, those still consistently good and funny. They got some bangers. They got some ones that suck, but for the most part, I think they're just baseline really good.
Any adult-based cartoons, I usually dig.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just a cartoon guy.
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I guess, I don't know, I just kind of get carried over from my childhood, but I like any kind of adult-based cartoon. Anything that's not stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you go on Adult Swim and there's some really stupid shit on. But for the most part, I like, man. I do.
Me too. And I like, real quick, like on those shows, like there's a lot of like current topical humor that you have to be paying attention on to get the joke.
Absolutely.
And that's why I like it.
Let's see. Couple more here. That's all the time we got. British Airways passengers get an email mid-flight canceling the next leg of their flight. They're furious. They're on this plane. We touch down in this place. As soon as we get there, we make the layover. Go to the next place. They get an email mid-flight saying the next leg of their flight has been canceled. Please whatever, get a hold of whoever, get a different ticket, whatever. Talking about some shit.
Here's the thing, though. I would rather find out mid-flight so I can get on my phone and book and deal with it there instead of landing, rushing to the gate and find out I didn't have to rush to my gate.
What about
my flight's
people who don't have phones on them? You know what I mean? There might be a couple people on an airplane.
Yeah, but at least they know as soon as they land. Okay, we need to start formulating that plan right away of getting to the gate and doing that instead of like, hey, we got time to get to our gate or we got to rush and then getting there and find out. I think that was actually a cool move on their part of letting them know, hey, this is what's happening. Be prepared. We don't want to blindside you. This is what's happening. So I just hope those people did not take it out on the flight crew because that's not the flight crew's fault.
Could you imagine a bunch of angry airplane air flyers all angry at one time? It would turn into that that scene that you always see on TV where they're sticking the pitchforks and the torches through the cockpit door. All the stewardess pushing their back against it so they can't get in. That's what I picture.
At that point, I'd just open up that emergency exit and let the air suck us all out.
Before we move on, WWE moves from PG to TV 14. PG to TV 14. What does that mean, Mike? You can have blood now?
Apparently, because all AEW's wrestlers, half of them suck, so they have to have death matches every week. So apparently WWE is going to allow blood again. So maybe it like more risque stuff too. Make it a little more, hey, WWE is still outdrawing AEW.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Why don't you tell everybody about the website, Mike?
Dumyinzers.com. Head on over there. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on YouTube. We have our link to the merchandise store. And we have our email address on there to where you can email us comments, questions, concerns, advice, feet pics. I mean, tasteful art.
You've been getting them anonymous feet pics that somebody's been sending you.
Yeah, they they might want to go see a doctor about that one toenail.
All righty, everybody. We got enough time. We're gonna do a trivia of the day to finish up the week. Mike, you were 5-1 in July. Barring a major meltdown, I think you're gonna do really well this month.
Oh God. You just jinxed me.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Ready for the question of the day. Do you have your pencil?
My pencil.
All right.
My pencil, as my kid says.
Here we go. Question of the day. Try to move to 6-1. In 1961, the Steelers debuted their first cheerleaders, which lasted for 9 seasons. Surprisingly.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I didn't know this. The cheerleaders went by a certain name, Mike. Can you name the name that these cheerleaders for the Steelers went by? And go.
I don't know. But anyway, back to the whole pencil thing. Like my kid calls them pencils. Pencils. He has this little toy learning thing, has a little pencil in there, and he calls him Mr. Pencil. Mr. Pencil. Like, where'd you get that weird little accent from, dude? Right. No one talks like that, bro. Oh, God. I forgot the Steelers had cheerleaders back in the day. Huh.
All right. So the question of the day was, in 1961, the Steelers debuted their first cheerleaders, which lasted for 9 seasons. The cheerleaders went by a certain name. Can you name it?
I'm going to go with the Steelettes.
The Steelettes. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer because best I can think of.
You were close. The Steelerettes.
Oh, damn it.
Was the answer, Mike.
I figured they would like to make it like sound a little grammatically correct. Drop the er. Should have known Western PA would have fucked me over when it comes to English.
So that's going to move us to 5-2. However, we don't. I mean, it's what, the 15th, halfway through the month here. So I don't know. I don't know how many days we have left for games, but 5-2 is a pretty good point to be at here at the halfway point.
Not bad. We got 5 next week, 5 the week after, 10 more.
Yes. So
I'm sitting pretty good. Third of the way through, I'm looking good. I'm looking like the Brewers right now. I'm sitting pretty.
There you go. But hey, do not forget my.
Figures at the very end you freeze. My man's trying to end the show and he's frozen. Look, he looks high.
We can play.
But yeah, you're choppy. You're frozen on my screen. I probably should just end the episode right now, but I'm just gonna just drag this out.
Am I still frozen?
I can hear you.
Good.
There you go. You're back. You're back. I knew you'd come back. I can't leave you like that, dude. I can't leave you like that. I can't do you dirty.
But hey, don't forget, Mike, this weekend you got to play the lottery. Play the lottery, because Monday we are going to be talking about that. Do not forget. Everybody else, we want to thank you so much for tuning in all week long. We appreciate you
we do.
Greatly. Please continue to do so. We'll be back Monday morning, 11 o'clock. Don't forget to check us out at 11 to 12. That'll be every day next week.
Yes.
For the 2 Dum Yinzers, Mike, Ryan, have yourself a great weekend.
Your new name is Dum Yinzer, and I am Big Sexy.
You know what? I can switch some stuff here on my end, and next week, you wait. You just wait, little mister.
Oh, wait. Big Sexy